Hello everyone and welcome. I'm going to go through a quick run through of NotebookLM. This will help you with the assignment in this particular module, but also hopefully give you a quick overview of a really cool technology tool that I hope you can use in your design work and also maybe find ways for students to use in the courses that you're designing and instructing as well. So, throughout this process, I want you to explore tools that might be of interest to you. I don't always advocate for specific tools because they're always evolving and changing, but this is a particular AI powered tool from Google that I think is really remarkable for what it can do for us as designers and for our students, and it's free to use with a Google account. So I think it merits spending a little bit of time here showing how it's used and getting you in it and using it and exploring what it can do for you and your learners as well. So NotebookLM requires a Google email account. You just log into Google and you can create a new notebook. So you can create a new notebook from an existing notebook. I have a few notebooks here in my account. I've started one here for what I want to show and kind of walk you through. And what we do essentially is add sources. When you create a new notebook, it'll populate right off the bat with an opportunity to add some sources, and that's what I've done here. Added 3 PDFs because it is a Google product. You can't put in PowerPoint or Word documents, but you can always save those as PDF files and insert them. If you want to add more sources, you can add more sources. And again, you can pull right from your Google Drive, you can copy and paste text, you could add particular videos or links or websites that you want NotebookLM to look at. This is what the AI tool is going to use and leverage to create the different outputs that it gives you. So this is where you'll upload those sources. So it's not going to go out and find information on its own. It's going to use what you give it. You can also search the web here to add those sources. It'll give you an overview of what it's seen, and you can start typing here to give some more prompts, information, or ideas that you want NotebookLM to look at when it's creating these particular outputs. And what these outputs are over in the studio, there's a whole bunch of things. What we're doing for this particular assignment is the podcast feature. This is one that I really like. I think it's something that's really an easy ask for designers, for instructors. They've likely already got some good resources, some PowerPoints, some things like that that they use. It's easy to put those in here, create a podcast. Now we can help our learners that want to listen and learn, and they can do it when they're on the go. So we're going to explore the different podcasts, but it can also make some videos. This is an area that's I've seen some great improvement over the last few months in particular, so definitely something worth exploring. Mind maps are really cool ways that students can learn and leverage some information, and might be something worth creating to put in as terms of content into courses, as are the infographics. Again, we've learned quite a bit about infographics. This is a great way to maybe get started. What you're going to get can vary in terms of accuracy and accessibility, so just be aware of that. Slide decks, it can create some PowerPoints for you. Flashcards, if you have very, definition heavy content, vocabulary, this is a great way for students to learn. They can create these on their own, or you can create them and add them to your course as well. And then quiz questions, a great way to continue learning and practicing for students and quiz themselves on the material as they go. But for the podcast and for any of these, you can click on this little pencil icon to edit and select some options. I recommend this deep dive for what we're doing in this particular assignment. It's going to be 2 AI generated voices and folks having a conversation and back and forth. It really sounds like a traditional podcast. I think if you haven't heard one of these yet, you'll be shocked that it's AI. It's a really cool tool. Definitely encourage you to do that. But you also have some other options, and you can try all of these and see which one you like. And also, depending on the content and what we're trying to accomplish, one of these might be better or worse for you. So you've got options. You can, of course, choose your language and the length. Short, default, and long. I'll recommend short for this particular assignment. Short podcasts are generally going to be about 5 minutes. Default are generally going to be about 15 minutes. And long is generally going to be about 45 minutes. Even if you try to prompt it to make it a 2-minute podcast or a 25-minute podcast, it's probably going to end up in that 5 or 15-minute range, depending on which option you get. And then you can also give it a heavy focus. You can put specific prompts in here, what you want it to talk about, what are some key terms or ideas, maybe what are the course learning objectives for this unit that are being covered in this podcast to make sure it stays focused. And then we'll just hit generate. And it takes a few minutes to generate, and when it is completed, it'll populate it right here. And from here, you can rename it. It'll give it an automated name, but you might want to rename that. I I recommend downloading and saving the podcast. If you have a video service tool through your workforce, through the school, university that you're at, you'll probably want to upload it back into that, like Panopto, for instance. Those Panopto, for example, can add captions right to the video, and then it can easily be embedded into a Brightspace course or your LMS. Or you can just download, save, and add it as an attachment into your course content and material. You'll also download it. This is where I've included another link about getting captions because these podcasts are not auto captioned on NotebookLM. You can share directly via link using this icon, but you've got a 5-minute podcast here that walks you through everything you need to know here about creating a resume for this particular example. And once you've created this, you can go ahead and create other things. And again, I think this is a great way for us to create content that we can put into our courses to make use of universal design for learning. It's a great tool that we can encourage students to use to study and prepare for assignments and exams, but also a great tool that we can get our students using to complete assignments, much like you're doing with this particular assignment. You're exploring something, you're learning a technology tool, but you're also completing some work and doing it hopefully in a very engaging way. So play around, explore, try it out. Just know there is a limit on how many in the free version you can do a day. Usually it's about 3 that you can create 3 notebooks within a 24-hour period, or you can upgrade to a paid version. Any questions, be sure to let me know, or search the internet, the community, for help with NotebookLM. Things are always evolving and changing. There's a lot of great resources out there to help support you. Best of luck.